Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are or might be streaming from today. Welcome to day 2 of Jesus, Joan, and Journal, the summer series. I am so excited to be here before you again this morning. Yesterday was amazing. I had so much fun talking about that content, and we continue today. If you're joining me for the first time, my name is Joan T. Randall. I am the CEO and founder of Victorious Youth Press. It is a publishing company where we help people to write books and then turn their books into businesses. We now have books, business, and buildings, y'all, because I'm a most recent North Carolina broker, real estate broker. And I'm excited about that, diving into that part of my life, right? My second wind and understanding that business the same way I understand publishing and helping people build their business. So go grab your coffee, grab your pen, grab your journal, share this broadcast out, invite some people to this, and I will be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I am so excited to be before you today. I'm excited that you're here with me. Good morning, Sister Cheryl. Nice to have you. And I am going to go over to this side and I am going to go to my TikTok live. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, TikTok. This is Joan T. Randall. I am here with day 2 of Jesus, Joan, and Journal. And yesterday was powerful, right? Listen, when God gives you something, it is for you first, right? And after you have read it and digested it and meditated on it, it belongs to you. And once you take the lessons from it, then it's okay to give it to someone else. So I don't know about you, but yesterday when we talked about chosen to create, it was powerful for me. Knowing your identity, know who you are and whose you are. And so today we have another amazing show for you. Today we're going to be talking about royal responsibility. Good morning, Easy. Today we're going to be talking about royal responsibility. And the scripture this morning is taken from 1 Peter 2 and verse 9. So I'm going to go ahead and read for you 1 Peter 2 and verse 9. And it says, all right, let me get to it. But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession. God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light. That's 1 Peter 2 and verse 9. And today I want to talk to you about royal responsibility. First of all, let me just say this. I was up at 3 a.m. this morning, and I shouldn't do that the first thing. I shouldn't be scrolling on Facebook or anything like that. But I rolled over. It was 3:03, and I'm like, well, let me get up, let me do some writing, let me do some things, right? And so I saw this video, and this man was talking about being at the pool with his children. And At the deep end of this pool, there was this 5-year-old girl. He said she could not be any more than 5 years old. There was this 5-year little girl that kept jumping in the deep end of the pool. And she would jump in, and like everybody would hold their breath, right? And then she would somehow manage to come up and climb out. And a few minutes later, she jumped in again. And she kept jumping in to the deep end of the pool. All the other kids were watching, like scared. And even the adults were scared that she was going into the deep end of the pool. And so somebody walked up to her, one of the mothers of children that were there, walked up to her and said, "Little girl, aren't you afraid of jumping into the deep end of the pool?" I want you to get this. I want you to catch this, right? "Little girl, aren't you afraid of jumping in at the deep end of the pool?" She turned to the lady and said, "Look up there. Look up there." So the lady turned and said, "Look up where?" And she said, "Look at the lifeguard. There is a lifeguard like sitting right there." She said, "He is my father. And I know that if I jump in, even if I go down and cannot come back up, he will jump in to save me." What a word from a 5-year-old girl. What a powerful word. If he sees that I go down and is having difficulties coming back up, he will jump in to save me. That is the same posture that we need to take, because we know that we are royalty, because we know that we are children of the King, because we know that our Father is always there ready to pull us out. It doesn't mean that we won't go under sometimes, right, Sister Cheryl? It doesn't mean that we won't go under sometimes. It just means that we have a Father that is consistently watching, that if and when we do go under, will be able to bring us back up. So this morning, I want you to rest assured in that. Rest assured that we are a royal priesthood, that we are royalty, that we were created by the King, and that even in the days and during those times when we don't feel like we are at our best, we should go to bed or go to sleep knowing that we have a Father who will always be able to pull us out, to pull us back up. Yes, sometimes it takes a while, but faith, if you have faith and trust and you believe, knowing that you are royalty, baby, there's no need to worry or fret yourself and, get so overwhelmed that you don't know what to do. And I want to give you a second thing, and it just came to me as I'm speaking. Good morning, Dr. Donna. Nice to see you. Good morning, everybody that has joined over on TikTok. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for jumping in and being here. I was reading a post today again, all right? Something about this morning reading post. I was reading a post, and it was from an entrepreneur like myself, and she was talking about the messy middle. First time I've heard the term messy middle. And so I read her post, and let me just summarize it for you. When you are in the space as a creator, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, even in your career, even if you're in ministry, even if you are doing mission projects, there are times when all is going so well and you feel so good about it. And then there are times when things just go off the rail and you're wondering, oh my God, did I lose control of all the stuff? There are days when you feel amazing about where you are. And then there are days when you feel like, I am going to lose it. I am going to lose my cool, right? And she said, that is called the messy middle, where we operate in the middle of this thing called life, where it's never perfect or it's never so bad that we don't know what to do. Most of us in a position of leadership, right? to some extent, whether we're leading ourselves or leading teams or leading an organization or leading a company or leading volunteers. Most of us in leadership position finds ourselves in the middle, the messy middle. And that blessed me. I don't know about you, but I know it blessed me because I realized most of my life I've been operating in the middle, right? In the middle. It doesn't mean that I will quit or stop. It just means that I have to understand that it won't be perfect all the time. That there's going to be times when no matter how great things are, there's going to be a hurdle. There's going to be a hiccup. There's going to be a roadblock. There's going to be some mountains standing in the middle of our way. And we got to figure out, how do we go around, go over, go under? What are we going to do? Or are we just going to bust through that mountain and go right on through? Right? So that's life. And if we understand that it is never going to be perfect and that there are times when we're going to fall down, but we are going to get back up because we are royalty and we have a royal responsibility to uphold, right, the character of our Creator, the character of our Father. And so I want to just go through 3 points today about royal responsibility, right? Number one, here are the speaking points. Number one, you are not just saved, you were selected to reign and represent the kingdom. Good morning, Cousin Beverly. Nice to see you. Good morning. Thank you, all of you that are over here on TikTok. I appreciate you. You are not just saved, you were selected to reign and represent the kingdom. Number two, not number two, but another bullet point under that. Royal status isn't about entitlement. It is about entrusted authority. Remember yesterday, we talked about the DNA, that God gave you dominion, the D. He gave you his name, the N. You're my chosen people. You're my people. So you're called by my name. And he gave you A, authority. Right? So royal status isn't about entitlement. It is about entrusted authority. I trust you with my name. I trust you with the gifts and the skills I gave you. I trust you that every seed that I put in you, you are going to steward it and water it and allow it to bloom and to blossom and to bear fruit for the people that I called you to serve. That is what royal responsibility is. It is entrusted authority from God. When you embrace your identity as royalty, you recognize your divine obligation to influence, innovate, and increase. I'm going to say that one more time. When you embrace your identity as royalty, you recognize your divine obligation to influence, to innovate, and to increase. If I know my daddy is a king, if I know my daddy is royalty, I'm going to act as such. I'm going to act in a way where I know that I'm representing the King of Kings. And so I want you to write this declaration. If you're hearing me this morning, and if you have your journal, because remember, this is Jesus, Joan, and Journal, right? So if you have your journal and your pen, I want you to write this down. Here is declaration number one for this morning. I don't just wear the crown. I walk in the character it requires. I don't just wear the crown. I walk in the character that it requires. That's declaration number one. All right. Speaking point number two. I like to give 3 things. 1, 2, 3. It's very simple, very easy. Number 2, productivity is the proof of divine placement. Productivity is the proof of divine placement, because the Bible tells us that you may declare the praises of him who called you. That you may declare the praises of him who called you. God didn't place you here to be idle. Yesterday, I talked about laziness is a sin. God didn't place you here to be idle. He positioned you to produce fruit that glorifies him. He positioned you to produce fruit that glorifies him. So productivity is not about being busy. It is about being effective in your assignment. Productivity is not about being busy, all this busy work. You can't get things done because we scroll in 5, 6, 7 hours a day. Now, I'm not talking about my amazing content creator that come up with things, right, where they are monetized for it. I love you guys because I learn a lot from you content creators. I love it, right? But productivity is not just about being busy, right? Being busy with things that does not produce. There's that 80-20 rule that says 20% of what you do represents 80% of what you make. So if you can find the 20% of the things that you need to focus on so that you can make most of your money or get a return on your investment, then do that. But don't spend 80% of your time being busy and then only getting 20% from what you're spending 80% doing. That is my definition of the 80-20 rule. All right. Royal people don't wait to be told what to do. They discern, they decide, and they dominate with purpose. Cousin says, sure, right about. I'm so happy being the child of the greatest of all kings. Absolutely. Royal people don't wait to be told what to do. They know what to do. They're positioned. They're in position. They discern, they decide, and they dominate. And yesterday, that's what we talked about, dominating, right? With purpose. So here is declaration number 2. I own my productivity. And this is our motto here at Victorious You Press, that my publishing business, and in my real estate business, my work is my worship. My work is my worship. Because the work that I do is based on the gifts that God gave me and the lived and learned experiences that I have. So when I turn around and do it for others, that is how I worship the King. I'm saying, Lord, I thank you for this blessing. I thank you for this gift. I thank you that you have created me. And although I went through the storms, I've learned some things from the storms. And now I help people produce things. Right? So my work is my worship and my results bring him glory. My work is my worship and my results bring him glory. Declaration number 2. I own my productivity. My work is my worship and my results bring him glory. Number 3. We're still talking about being royalty responsibility. Number 3. You have kingdom backing to build what God showed you. You have kingdom backing to build what God showed you. Have you ever noticed sometimes that you are getting ready, like you have this great idea and you're working on it and you're writing it down and you're doing all the things, and then out of nowhere, someone either call you or you go to a meeting and you find that there is this person that is doing something similar or is providing something that you need to make the thing that you are doing come to fruition. That is God aligning all the things up for you in order for you to make what you started happen, right? So you have kingdom backing to build what God showed you. The scripture that we read this morning, right? 1 Peter 2 and verse 9, it says, we called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. For God called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So you were called out of stagnation. You were called out of fear. You were called out of obscurity into clarity, into confidence, and into creativity. We're talking about building legacy, guys. That's what this whole month, Jesus, Joan, and Journal is about. Legacy building for believers. And honestly, I'm talking to my believer friends. I'm talking to my friends that rock with Jesus. I'm talking to my friends that are down with God, right? If that isn't you, then I get it. I understand it. But that's not going to stop me from talking about it, right? I rock with Jesus and I'm down with the God, right? Uppercase God, by the way, right? You were called out of stagnation, fear, and obscurity into clarity, confidence, and creativity. There is nothing mediocre about your calling. I don't care what it is, even if you're just a person who crochets hats and sells them, even if you're the person that plants the seeds and the fruit bears, even if you're the person that picks the apples on the farm. There is nothing mediocre about your calling. Your calling is to serve others in all the different ways that we serve. God expects excellence from his royal heirs. God expects excellence from you. You have the authority to write the book. You have the authority to launch the business. You have the authority to purchase the building. You have the authority to buy that house. Yes, you do. You have the authority to lead the movement because heaven is your source. And I'm talking about this heaven right here, this earthly heaven, because we're kingdom citizens living right here. Okay? So all the things that you can do, you can because you have backing from the Creator. Right? We are a royal priesthood right now as we are living right here. We are a royal priesthood. We're not waiting to go somewhere to create the royalty or the priesthood. We are already in it. And that's what you have to understand. Good morning, Minister Hope. Nice to see you. That's what you have to understand. We're right here. Kingdom citizens right here on earth, having this earthly experience, but must operate as royalty. That's just the bottom line. We're not waiting for something to happen for us to go away to create the kingdom responsibility. It happens right here, right now. And that's what I want you all to understand, right? And here is your declaration for point number 3. He called me out so I can step up and show up as royalty on assignment. He called me out so I can step up and show up as royalty on assignment. Listen, there is so much that is happening in the world today. I get it. I get it. People are uncertain about what is next. People are uncertain about what's going to happen. But I want you to understand that you don't control what is happening right now. You don't control what is happening in the world, in our country, or anywhere else. The only thing you control is you and the steps you take and your actions as to how you show up for you and your family. That is all that you control. You control nothing else. So I want you to take a hold and take control of you. Yes, I know it's not easy to not be worried. I get it. But don't sit in the worry and cripple yourself, because truth be told, all the powers that be here on earth that is controlling all the things that is happening, they're not listening to you. They're not thinking about you. They're not thinking about you. Your name is not on their lips. They don't even know you. They don't know where you live. They know nothing about you. So I want you to take that same responsibility and realize nobody is going to do anything for me but me. I have to take control of what I control. I got to take control of my mindset. I got to take control of my life. I've got to take control of how I operate. I have to take control of all the gifts that are in me. I have to take control of how I show up, and knowing that I am royalty, and knowing that royalty comes with responsibilities, not just recognition. Knowing that productivity is the proof of divine placement. Knowing that I have kingdom backing to do what God directed me to do. If it's in your heart, if it is a desire for you to get it done, today is the day that you do that. Today is the day that you say, you know what? Let me focus on me. Let me focus on my husband and I. Let me focus on me and my children and my family. How can I get to my next? Right? How can I build a legacy? We talked yesterday about a legacy, right? A legacy is something that you do, produce, create, build that will outlast you. So what is that? What are you doing that will outlast you? What is that? What does that look like? Right? And so I gave you 3 things yesterday, and I gave you some homework yesterday, and I hope you did it. The homework was for you to write down areas where you can start creating and adding value. 3 areas that you can start creating and adding value this week. Well, today I'm going to leave you with another homework. Okay? Here is the homework for today. List 3 affirmations that reinforce your royalty identity in the Savior. List 3 affirmations that reinforce your royalty identity in Christ. That is what I want you to do today. Right? And so as I wrap up this morning, number 1, I hope you're enjoying this. It's only been 2 days, right? We've got quite a number of, it's the whole month except for the weekend. So that's like 20 something days, right? But send me a message, send me a note, and let me know if this is resonating with you. And for my viewers on TikTok, if I'm not doing the right thing with this live stuff and you know something different than what I'm doing now, send me a DM and say, hey sis, you need to do A, B, C, D. Okay. I am open to learning. I love to learn. Right. And this whole going on TikTok live is new to me. All right. And then for my Facebook and for my YouTube viewers, thank you as always for being here with me. All right. Tomorrow is day 3. We continue the summer series of Jesus, Joan, and Journal. And remember, this whole series for this month is legacy building for believers. Week 1, which is the week that we're in now, the pillar is called Kingdom Identity, knowing who you are and whose you are. Yesterday's topic was chosen to create. Today's topic is royal responsibility. Tomorrow's topic is mindset of the master builder. Listen, when I tell you I got some stuff for you this month, oh my God. And even if it's one takeaway that you have had, for however of you join in, even if you just join in for 30 seconds or watch the replay, I know that there is something that you will walk away with from this summer series. Okay. We're in July. It's my birthday month. I have a birthday in 21 days, right? And every July, I try my best to give and to serve for the whole month of my birth, right? I never ask for anything, but what I do every July is serve others, give stuff away, give gifts, give of my service, give of my knowledge. And so that's why I am here doing this, because I want us all to win. I want us all to win. And winning looks different for everybody, right? Winning might be me, getting into the real estate market and understanding it and selling homes and selling dreams. Your win might be writing a book that you've always wanted to write. Your win might be getting that job, landing that job that you've always wanted. Your win might be seeing your child graduate from college. Your win might be getting a new apartment. Your win might be stop taking the bus and buying a car. So our wins look different, but it takes effort. It takes action. And I want you to walk away knowing that you are a royal priesthood. You have the backing of the king, and anything you set your mind to, you will be able to do and you will be able to accomplish. That is where I'm leaving it today. May God bless you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we talk about mindset of the master builder. God bless you. Take care, guys. And on my Facebook and YouTube, we'll see you tomorrow.